Welcome back to Spoiler Free Wrestling, everyone. And Tama Tonga recently took part in an Ask Me Anything session on Reddit. And during the course of this interview, he commented on All Elite Wrestling, his favorite music, his favorite opponents, and being an NJPW guy. So we're going to take a look at just some of the better highlights from Tama Tonga's Ask Me Anything session on Reddit. Now, the first question he answered had to do with All Elite Wrestling. He was asked, "What does the NJPW locker room think of AEW?" Tama Tonga answered, "It's good to have options out there. More work for the boys." So Tama Tonga answering in similar fashion questions about AEW that many others have, saying just, hey, it's good to have another company out there, more options for the wrestlers, more leverage for the wrestlers. Tama Tonga also clarified that he is contracted for a while and won't be leaving NJPW anytime soon, as seen in this answer he gave to this question. In terms of Tama Tonga's favorite wrestlers to work with, he listed Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tomohiro Ishii. He was asked what tag teams outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was asked what tag teams that him and his brother have never wrestled against would he like to face, and his answer was the Revival and the Usos. Later on in the interview, he would refer to the Usos as great brothers. He also talked about if he'll be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling anytime soon. And he was asked, "Do you see yourself as an NJPW guy for life, or would you consider WWE if it was an option?" And Tama Tonga wrote back, "I'm a New Japan guy, but you never know with life." So I think basically Tama Tonga is saying, I'm under contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling for quite a while. I don't have any plans to leave, but hey, you never know. Tama Tonga was also asked if he was disappointed with how the Firing Squad versus Elite Bullet Club Civil War angle was resolved. He didn't go into any details. He just said yes. As if to say, yes, I was disappointed with how the Firing Squad versus the Elite angle was resolved. Of course, many Bullet Club loyal fans who go back with the promotion to 2013 or 2014 when New Japan World came out, I think they'll say that they felt as though a big Bullet Club civil war was coming, and really just one side of that war left and started their own promotion. Tama Tonga was also asked if he played a role in the new Gorillas of Destiny theme music, and he said, yes, I had a lot to do with making it. He was also asked about music he listens to, and he said, I listen to everything but tend to have hip hop a lot on my playlist. He was asked about who in any of the promotions around the world do you want to have a match with. Tama Tonga's answer was Finn Balor. Didn't even mention another name, straight to a fellow founding member of Bullet Club in Finn Balor. He was asked about his favorite moments in wrestling, and he said he didn't really. His favorite part has just been getting to wrestle with his brothers and his father. He said, my favorite part really has been wrestling with my brothers and father, especially on key shows. Of course, his father, Haku, has made a few appearances in the Tokyo Dome and also in San Jose. He was at the Cow Palace show, I think, when they did the big Firing Squad turn on the Elite. Tama Tonga was asked about his Twitter game and how it feels to have the best Twitter game in the business, and he said that honor actually belongs to someone else, and he said, nah, that belongs to Becky L. Or Becky Lynch. And Tama Tonga is into superheroes, supervillains, likes comic books, and he listed off a few of his favorite superheroes: Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Gambit, Archangel. You know what? People are gonna make fun of me for not knowing these. And he said I was an X-Men comic fan growing up. And here was an interesting question. Tama Tonga was asked where he sees himself and Bullet Club in 5 years. And Tama Tonga, he plans to be out of the business in 5 years, retired, was all he mentioned. In terms of future members of the family becoming pro wrestlers, of course, Hikuleo is back from injury and looking real good for Bullet Club these days. I mean, he went out in the first round of the New Japan Cup, but Hikuleo looks like he could be one of the more impactful sons of Haku in the wrestling industry today. And Tama Tonga also spoke about the next generation coming up. Well, he was asked about if there's going to be a third generation. He said, "You never really know, to be honest, but there is a younger brother coming through and also a younger cousin starting training. So there are more members of the Haku dynasty coming up." So, and then I thought this was an interesting one and one which we'll end it on. He was asked his honest opinion of Kenny Omega. And these two have not seen eye to eye both in the ring and outside of it. There was a bit of an incident where Tama Tonga publicly called out Kenny Omega for making anonymous statements to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. And but when asked his honest opinion of Kenny Omega, Tama Tonga was entirely complimentary. He said intelligent and one hell of a wrestler. Wow. Tama Tonga's got a big match coming up on Saturday inside Madison Square Garden. It will be the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships and the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships on the line in a fatal four-way match. The Gorillas of Destiny, PCO and Brody King, the Briscoes, and Evil and Sonata from Madison Square Garden. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to make sure you're not missing out on any news or reports from Spoiler Free Wrestling.